you can ask me ठीक अछि so public administration related question अछि कि आउ किसी क्वेश्चन अछि को प्रकार रो सिचुएशनल बेस्ड क्वेश्चन अछि you can ask me so किछि आंसर मु दे दोछि तापरे based on your doubt we will continue our discussion and I will take complete syllabus माने पूरा syllabus रो कोन हेई पारे क्वेश्चन हैला so question कोन हेई पारे based on this I will tell कि हां unit 1 रो एटा क्वेश्चन हेई पारे so I cannot guarantee public administration limited question अछि based on previous year questions previous year students question आउ मोर एक्सपीरियंस नै कि मु कहिबी आफ्टर दैट यू सपोज बेसिक कांसेप्ट आमे डिस्कशन करिबा तो बेसिक कांसेप्ट रे मु कहिबी कि दिस मे बी क्वेश्चन आफ्टर दैट यू कैन से यू कैन आस्क मी दैट इफ दिस क्वेश्चन आस्क व्हाट विल यू डू हैला तो कंप्लीट फ्रीडम तम ऊपर अछि तमे किछि भी मते पचारि पारो कोविड रिलेटेड गवर्नेंस रिलेटेड हैला करंट गवर्नेंस रिलेटेड यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड ऊपर पचारिले कोन आंसर देबो तमिलनाडु गवर्नर ठीक अछि कि ज्योग्राफी होम साइंस एसबो नै कोविड governance polity governance and situational question you can ask me तमे जोटी मॉक देवा को जाउ जहां भी क्वेश्चन you can ask me we will discuss here ठीक अछि तो सपोज जदि गोटे क्वेश्चन पचारिले why public administration optional हैला so why public administration optional listen don't tell that ki sir it will help me when I appear in when I selected when I will be in the service सेटा कह नै सेटा कहिले कोन होबो कि बाकी ऑप्शनल मानको टिके inferior feel होबो they will tell that we will teach you तापरे तो से माने कहिबे कि we will teach you public administration during training suppose गोटे क्वेश्चन आसला why you take public administration optional in my view, sir, I go through the all optional syllabus. I found public administration optional interesting. Hela, I found this interesting. I found that linkage of public administration optional with Indian polity and governance, and I found study material. I found guidance. I found everything. That's why I take public administration optional. Simple, very clear way. एटा नाही कि सर एटा मु जतोले व्हेन आई मु जतोले सिविल सर्वेंट हेबी पॉवर्टी विल हेल्प करिवो ना सेटा टिके माने अलगा आइ होछि तो बाकी जने जदि सोशियोलॉजी ऑप्शनल नै जे से कोन खराब करिछि एंथ्रोपोलॉजी ऑप्शनल नै कि भी तो लोक होउचंदी से माने आक्स करिवे कि पिला ओडिया लिटरेचर नै कि भी ओएस होउचंदी से माने कोन खराब एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर हेबे तो सेटा लिंक करिवो नै कि मु सिलेक्ट हेले भलो करिवि तमे कहिवो कि सर मोर इंटरेस्टिंग लागिला तापरे स्टडी मटेरियल गाइडेंस एवरीथिंग अवेलेबल तापरे पॉलिटी गवर्नेंस संगे टिके लिंक थिला सेति पे मु कोविड ऑप्शनल लेली वेरी सिंपल वे रे कह कि ता ऊपर काउंटर क्वेश्चन आसीबनी ठीक अछि तो एटा गुटे आंसर हेई परिबो आ ऊपर जदि कहारो किछि डाउट अछि यू कैन रेज योर हैंड how public administration optional help you as a civil servant here you can give answer कि how your optional help you as a civil servant so you can say sir I will learn this trait so what trait you learn in public administration leadership style okay situational leader sir the concept of situational leader based on the situation nor classical nor behavioral after that I can be a good leader I can lead the team not manager I can be a leader after that I ensure more transparency more accountability whatever you read more transparency more accountability I ensure citizen participation এই চারি পাঁচটা লাইন কহিব কি this I learn from public administration so as a civil servant I will apply all this public administration teach me to be value laden approach sensitive towards the need aspiration of people पांचटा छोटा पॉइंट कहला पर से माने ओके ओके कहिबे हैला दे विल नॉट वांट यू टू कंटिन्यू इनफाइनाइटली पांचटा छोटा पॉइंट जेतेबेले कहबो ओके से माने तमे तो स्टॉप करिवे तापर नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन पचारिवे सो हाउ पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन ऑप्शनल हेल्प यू एज अ सिविल सर्वेंट leadership quality develop hela, and you will be a situational leader. So then question may come, okay, what is situational leader? After that you can say ki classical leader, behavioral leader, situational leader, and tomorrow जो answer दबो ସେଇଠୁ पुणी question start ହେଇ पारे. Okay, what is situational leader? What other type of leader is there? Sir, behavioral leader, classical type of leader. So what is classical leader? You can ask, you can say what is classical leader, what is behavioral leader. So why you say that you will want to be a situational leader, which is a balance between classical one side and behavioral one side? So you can answer that, sir, depend on the situation, as the situation is not same every time situation is not same. Whenever I will join, I will find some employee very dedicated, committed to work, and there are certain employee who are not doing their work in a dedicated manner. So based on the employee's nature, based on the employee's interest towards work, I might be a behavioral leader or I might be a classical leader. So nothing is successful. So that will be a balance approach. That should that you as a civil servant a balanced one. You are not completely classical or completely liberal. तुम liberal नुहो कि तुम पूरा hard working नुहो. You are a balanced personality between a liberal and a strict. जदि एम्प्लॉय तुमरो बहुत हार्ड वर्किंग तुम लिबरल, जदि एम्प्लॉय तुमरो काम करू नाहंती, you will be a hard task master, otherwise employee will not obey you. So provide optional help you as a civil servant. Okay, so this thing, sir, I have learned from public administration. Citizen participation, more transparency, I will be more accountable. I learned the concept of neutrality and anonymity. I learned what is civil service, all India service code, civil service code. चारटा पांचटा कहला परे से माने तुमको निजे स्टॉप कर देबे. मैक्सिमम चारटा पांचटा वर्ड से माने सुनिबे, तापरे से माने स्टॉप करिके से माने नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन पचारिबे. এটা ଗୋଟେ common work question ki why you want to be a civil servant. এটা ଗୋଟେ frequently asked question, why you want to be a civil servant. ଏବେ ଆଉ ପଚାରୁ ନାହାନ୍ତି, ବଟ୍ ଏ ବର୍ଷ 5ଟା ବୋର୍ड ଅଛନ୍ତି ତ ବହୁତ ପ୍ରକାର ଲୋକ ଥିବେ. may someone new people he will ask that why you want to be a civil servant. देखो भाग्यश्री, ओडिया रे देखो टू थिंग से माने एक्सपेक्ट करंती कि तमे यदि ओडिया रे कुह. Okay, Vishal, you want to say something? Okay, continue. Vishal, you want to say something? You have used the raise hand option.
Yes, sir. Am I audible, sir?
Continue.
Sir, since you mentioned that we should mention certain keywords like situational leadership, neutrality, or accountability, these are technical terms with respect to public administration. Should we mention the people whose context, in whose context we are using it? For example, integrated approach to resolution of issues was given by Marie Foley. So, should we mention those people as well, or should we keep?
No. Theorist name no need to mention. If they ask ki how PubEd help you, so you cannot say that's a behavioral leader, Bernard. No. Not needed. Not needed.
Understood.
Not needed. You just ask that how PubEd help you as a civil servant. Sir, I learned this thing, and after I become a leader, a civil servant, this thing what I have learned, I will use this in my work. Because ultimately you become an administrator. You administer thing. So whatever you learn, you will apply it. So what you applied, तापरे यदि पचारिबे तमे कोन अप्लाइड करिवो, तमे कहिवो कि सर आई विल अप्लाई दिस.
Again.
ओके, जे क्वेश्चन अछि तमरो पचारो.
नहीं सर, एटा
ओके.
आजो.
हाँ भाग्यश्री, देखो व्हाट एवर आई नो कि जदि तमे ओडिया रे कहूचो तो फिनिश कंप्लीट इंटरव्यू इन ओडिया. If you speak in English, finish complete interview in English. But if you cannot get any word, so you can listen, there is no option. Rather than you remain silent, you should say something. ठीक अच्छे चेष्टा करिवो इंग्लिश रे कहबा पई देखो काहेकि कहूची ना दोस पीपल ओडिया प्रैक्टिकली आमे कहूचु कि ओडिया हे गला ओडिया मीडियम हे गला बट देखो यूपीएससी रे हिंदी मीडियम रो सिलेक्शन केते आ ओडिया मीडियम रे जो पिला परीक्षा दउचंदी बहुत डिफिकल्ट हबो लिखिबा पई तो तमे गोटे काम करो ट्राई करिवो इंग्लिश रे कहबा पई जदी कोठी न पाइबो तो यू कैन रादर देन स्पीक साइलेंट आ परमिशन नै जिवो हेला तमे परमिशन नै जिवो कि सर कैन आई स्पीक इन ओडिया तो परमिशन नै जिवो हेला यू टेक देयर परमिशन तापरे तमे ओडिया रे कहि पारो आउ कहारो किछि क्वेश्चन अछि पचारो फील फ्री ओके सो व्हाई यू वांट टू बी ए सिविल सर्वेंट सेटा गोटे कॉमन क्वेश्चन बहुत जगह सुनी थिबो काहे कि माने सिविल सर्वेंट हेबा को चाहूचो here comes the concept power and authority many people say that I want power but don't use the term power why because power is coercive power is a negative concept you just say that sir civil service give me authority to bring positive change in society to bring desirable change in society very same thing means very common thing okay so what desirable change you want to bring in society sir what desirable change तो तापरे कहइबो कि जिमती मु गरीबी हटेई देबी से नेता भले आंसर नुह एज ए एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर why you want to be a civil servant sir civil service give me authority the authority to bring desired change positive change in the society bring welfare happiness in the life of people okay next question ताको आसीबो okay so how you can so at that time many people say sir I will do this no you are an instrument you are not policy maker you are just an advisor to the policy maker and you are implementing policy when you are in secretariat you are what you are advisor you are not policy making you advise the political executive to policy making and when you are working in the line or directorate you are implementing policy so my answer is how you bring desirable change in society sir I will implement all policy of government I will implement all policy of government in a full-fledged measure I will ensure that I will ensure that everyone get the benefit of a policy no one is excluded and the benefit should reach to the desired section of the society and that is a balance answer as a bureaucrat as a civil servant you can do that and as a os you will be not posted in secretariat you will not make policy so as a civil servant you ensure that all policy program of government implemented in a full-fledged manner policy implementation provider jaha podicho and you will ensure that everyone is included in the process of growth so that we will get development if what is inclusive growth is development when everyone is included so you ensure that the policy and program of government it will reach to everyone to the last man standing नेता भलिया नहीं गोटे सिविल सर्वेंट निजको भाबी कि जहा जहा प्रोवाइड रे पढिच यू विल आंसर इन दैट वे sir I will remove poverty sir I will do no you will implement policy and if you implement policy in a best possible manner you will bring desired change in society hela you will bring happiness to the people जदि तमे लोकन को जहा को पीडीएस दरकार पीडीएस दोच लोकन को पाक को पेंशन जोटा ओल्ड एज पेंशन सेटा पहुंची पारुची एजुकेशन पाई जेते खर्च होबो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर पाई होबो रोड होबो फार्मर होबो गवर्नमेंट सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट स्टेट गवर्नमेंट स्पेंड crores of money but the problem is that it will not reach not implemented in a wholehearted manner, and you will ensure that you will implement every policy in a full-fledged manner. जहाँ तुम्हें पॉवेट रे पढ़ीचो as a part of directorate, as a part of line, and never use the term power. You say, sir, I was authority. If they question that, okay, you don't want power, so okay, no sir, power is coercive term and authority is legitimacy. Legitimate power is authority. At that time you can तापरे max waiver आसीजिवो सेठी. Power is coercive and authority is legitimate. And as a civil servant, you get legitimate power. Domestication of power is authority. So सेठी max waiver. Okay, who tell this? Sir, max waiver. Sir, waiver देखो OPSC रे ସେମାନେ ଦି ଜଣଙ୍କ ନାଁ ଜାଣିଛନ୍ତି. ଗୋଟେ ଲେମେନ୍ ଜଣେ OS ସେଠି ବସିଥିବ କି ଗୋଟେ ପ୍ରଫେସର ବସିଥିବ, ତ ସେମାନେ ମ୍ୟାକ୍ସ ୱେବର କଥା ଜାଣିଥିବେ, ସେମାନେ ଉଡ୍ରୋ ୱିଲସନ୍ କଥା ଜାଣିଥିବେ. ଏ ଦିଟା ଥିଓରିଷ୍ଟ until unless he is a public administration professor. ଯଦି ଜଣେ ପବେଟ୍ ପଢଉଛି ମୋ ଭଳିଆ ୟୁନିଭର୍ସିଟିରେ, ସେ କିଛି ବି ପଚାରି ପାରେ ତମକୁ, ବଟ୍ ମାନେ ଇଟ୍ ଇଜ ବହୁତ ଚାନ୍सेस ବହୁତ କମ୍ ଅଛି କି ଗୋଟେ ପବେଟ୍ ପ୍ରଫେସର ସେଠି ବସିଥିବ ଆଉ ତମ ସାମ୍ନାରେ ସେ ବସିଥିବ ସେଇଦିନ 5ଟା ବୋର୍ଡରେ, ଗୋଟେ ବୋର୍ଡରେ 3 ଜଣ ମେମ୍ବର, 15 ଜଣ ମେମ୍ବର ଭିତରୁ କି ଗୋଟେ ପବେଟ୍ ପ୍ରଫେସର ହେଇଥିବ, ତମକୁ ଚାନ୍सेस ବହୁତ କମ୍ ଅଛି. ଆଉ ବସିଥିଲେ ବି ସେ ତମକୁ applied ପବେଟ୍ ପଚାରିବ ନା କି theory. Okay, tell me what is the scope of public administration. ନା ସେ ସବୁ ପଚାରିବନି. ହଁ, ମ୍ୟାକ୍ସ ୱେବର, ଉଡ୍ରୋ ୱିଲସନ୍, it is very means common. এটা ଏ ଦିଟା theorist ସମସ୍ତେ ଜାଣିଛନ୍ତି. So they will ask you English literature Shakespeare ପଚାରିବେ ହିଁ ପଚାରିବେ. So difference between power and authority. This is the difference between power and authority. So do you join OS for power? No sir, I will not join OS for power. I want authority. And with that authority, तापर बहुत लोग तुम प्राइवेट सेक्टर रे काम करतुबो, तो से माने कहबे कि ओके यू आर वर्किंग इन प्राइवेट सेक्टर, सो डोंट यू थिंक दैट यू कैन ब्रिंग चेंज. एट दैट टाइम अगेन पॉवर्ड आसीबो, तो कहबो नो सर, प्राइवेट सेक्टर द मोटो इज प्रॉफिट not welfare. So whatever I do, I cannot ensure welfare. But the motto of public administration, the motto of government is welfare. So as a OAS, as a civil servant, I contribute all my time to ensure welfare of people. But in a private sector, whatever I do, it cannot. तापर यदि क्वेश्चन आसीबो, ओके प्राइवेट सेक्टर डूइंग नथिंग फॉर वेलफेयर, तापर कहबो नो सर, अंडर द कॉर्पोरेटिव सोशल रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी CSR, private sector also contribute to the welfare, but it cannot match with the government. And being part of state is a different feeling. এটা মনে রাখো, being part of state, public administration is the what most visible part of state. It is the government in action, and you are going to join this. So why you are means why you want? So sir, being part of state is, being a part of state, I completely devoted, dedicated to the welfare of people, because government is doing welfare. Government रो देखो जहाँ भी स्कीम आसुची 90% वेलफेयर. मो पोखरी आसु, मुक्ता आसु, जहाँ भी आसु, एंड थिबो कोन लोकन को वेलफेयर. गवर्नमेंट आ किछि करूने, गवर्नमेंट खाली लोकन को वेलफेयर पई काम करूची. So जदि पचारले व्हाट इज ब्यूरोक्रेसी, यू वांट टू जॉइन ब्यूरोक्रेसी. देखो सिविल सर्विस और ब्यूरोक्रेसी भितर डिफरेंस अछि. Bureaucracy means those group of people. uh, Bureaucracy, what is bureaucracy? The administrative system under legal national authority is bureaucracy. You said this term, किछि असुविधा नै. यदि पचारिबे ओके व्हाट इज ब्यूरोक्रेसी, सर the administrative system under legal national authority is bureaucracy. Okay, so what is legal national authority? You will tell that Max Weber koichi legal rational, that whose authority is authority when derived from law. When it is rational, we call it legal rational authority. Okay, what is the difference between authority and power? तो गोटे क्वेश्चन ना चारटा क्वेश्चन आसी पारे, they can definitely ask. So this is bureaucracy. Okay, next jodi gote question asibo civil service and bureaucracy, both are same or different? Tell me. Civil service bureaucracy, uh, हाँ जदि से माने कहिबे व्हाट इज ब्यूरोक्रेसी, व्हाट इज ब्यूरोक्रेसी जदि पचारिले ब्यूरोक्रेसी कोन तो तमे कहिबो सर द एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव सिस्टम अंडर लीगल नेशनल अथॉरिटीज ब्यूरोक्रेसी एज स्टेटेड बाय मैक्स वेबर। मैक्स वेबर कहिछि एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव सिस्टम अंडर लीगल नेशनल अथॉरिटीज ब्यूरोक्रेसी। तापर से माने दे कैन अगेन, just give me a second, they can again ask you a question, uh, just give me a second, just give me a second. Okay, so where I was सेटा तो ब्यूरोक्रेसी ही गला। एबे हाँ आंसर मी सिविल सर्विस और ब्यूरोक्रेसी, व्हाट डू यू थिंक, बोथ आर सेम और डिफरेंट? ओके तो ब्यूरोक्रेसी मु कहि देली, आई हैव, आई टेल यू व्हाट इज ब्यूरोक्रेसी। ओके टेल मी सिविल सर्विस कोन, डेफिनेशन ऑफ सिविल सर्विस, टेल मी एनीवन द डेफिनेशन ऑफ सिविल सर्विस। सिविल सर्विस, हाँ, एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव branch of state. I hope everyone can join. Administrative branch of the state, we can say this civil service, ठीक अछि। तो ब्यूरोक्रेसी, ब्यूरोक्रेसी रू ब्यूरोक्रेसी डेफिनेशन तापर अथॉरिटी रो डेफिनेशन। नेक्स्ट आपको आपको क्वेश्चन आसीबो हैला, मैक्स वेबर तापर एनी टाइप ऑफ अथॉरिटी। नो जस्ट हाँ सिविल सर्विस, लिसन, excluding army and judiciary, everyone we can call civil service। administrative branch, basically administrative branch of government, clerical रू नहीं कि senior, हाँ ब्यूरोक्रेट, हाँ ब्यूरोक्रेट को कहा जीवो टॉप लेवल ऑफिसर। okay so what we found, why do you want to join? No, what is bureaucracy, এটা ଗୋଟେ common frequently asked question, what is bureaucracy? तो bureaucracy आंसर दे दो तमे, bureaucracy पचारिबे से माने। yes, so next जदि minimum government maximum governance, if they ask you the concept minimum government and maximum governance, because if a government chalichi, the central government run on the concept of minimum government and maximum governance. Okay, can you tell me anyone? So it is the international development. Who is international development? Government of India has adopted and used this term minimum government, maximum governance. There is a development in international public administration. जेहेतु गवर्नमेंट सब मोदी प्राइम मिनिस्टर कहते मिनिमम गवर्नमेंट मैक्सिमम गवर्नेंस सो माइट बी यू विल गेट क्वेश्चन कि एटा कोन so you have heard minimum government maximum governance prime minister Modi every time occurring. So what is this minimum government maximum governance? देखो this is the concept of new right philosophy. New right philosophy Minobru conference. So new right philosophy रे कौन है new right philosophy कहला court back management roll back of state. No, it is not NPM, it is NPA. It is NPA, not NPM. NPM ର ଅଲଗା implication ଅଛି, I will tell. So new right philosophy ମନେ ଥିବ ମିନୋବ୍ରୁ କନଫରେନ୍ସ ହେଇଥିଲା ମିନୋବ୍ରୁ କନଫରେନ୍ସ ରେ ମିନୋବ୍ରୁକ୍ 1 ମିନୋବ୍ରୁକ୍ 2 ମିନୋବ୍ରୁକ୍ 3 ହେଇଥିଲା. So ମିନୋବ୍ରୁକ୍ 1 କନଫରେନ୍ସ ରେ କଣ ହେଇଥିଲା? If you remember ମିନୋବ୍ରୁକ୍ 1 କନଫରେନ୍ସ ରେ କୁହା ହେଇଥିଲା cutback management, rollback of the state. Cutback management. The state is cutting its activity. The state is rolling back. Earlier state was doing everything. Now state reducing its activity. So that is cutback management, rollback of the state. State is backing. So the vacuum created is fulfilled by private sector, and that is the aim of new right philosophy. Yes, new right philosophy promotes small but strong state. Small state but strong state. So prior to this, prior to new right philosophy, state was provider. We promote a nanny state, overcaring state, complete absence of private sector market. But new right philosophy said that state should doing only important activity. The less important activities should be given away to private sector. And state should be strong. State should be small. Small in the context of area of operation, in the context of activity, state should be small. But it should be strong. How it becomes strong? State should be a regulator. State should encourage private sector and market. They should do all things. State should regulate. State should not provide you bread and butter. Let private sector provide you bread and butter. हाँ मल्टी एक्टर पैराडाइम सेटा आसी जीवो कोथरे पब्लिक चॉइस अप्रोच. हाँ एथरु स्टार्ट हैला एनपीए रु नेक्स्ट स्टेज हैला पब्लिक चॉइस अप्रोच, institutional pluralism, multi-actor paradigm, overlapping jurisdiction. So present day government of India has adopted the concept of new right philosophy in the name of new economic policy or LPG in 1991. From that day, government is encouraging the growth of private sector and market, and government focus more as a regulator, as a facilitator. DGCA, TRI, IRDA, these are states role as a for example now in present day state is completely absent in aviation sector after privatization of Air India, but state plays the role of a regulator through DGCA, Director General of Civil Aviation. State give completed freedom to private sector. Okay, do whatever you want, but under my command, under my guideline. So this is example of maximum governance, minimum government. Government is very less, but governance is maximum. So this is new right philosophy. Getting it? So minimum government जेहेतु प्रधानमंत्री सब बेले कहउचंती minimum government maximum governance. So maybe पचारि पारंती. So you will link it with new right philosophy and adoption of new right philosophy at new economic policy LPG. So LPG liberalization, privatization, globalization. So liberalization is encouraging the growth of private sector, single window clearance system. तो जदि क्वेश्चन आसीबो स्टेट एज ए रेगुलेटर तमे कहि देलो कि सर ट्राई डीजीसी आईआरडीए. Okay, so tell me something about state as a facilitator. So tame कहबो yes sir, state is facilitating private sector. How? Sir, providing single window clearance system, providing loan, the concept of startup India, stand up India, the concept of tax free industry, the concept of giving electricity, land as very cheap rate. So state is facilitating private sector. State want private sector to grow, but state is controlling them. So as a regulator. So this is the concept of minimum government, maximum governance. Tapre impact of LPG on public administration, whatever I discuss now. So public administration LPG ro impact kono jodi pacharibe next question asibo. Okay, so what do you think the impact of LPG on public administration? Yes sir, the public administration post LPG, we found various change in public administration. What? Public administration play the role of a regulator. Public administration play the role of a facilitator. Public administration now become more participative. Public administration include its with it the private sector and market in the process of governance. The we found a era of multi-actor paradigm. This is impact of LPG on public administration. So impact of LPG on public administration is this minimum government and maximum governance. So एटा LPG रो listen, they will expect पूरा long question की short question सेठी कहबार नाही तुमको जहा पचारिबे 2 to 3 लाइन जदी कहि देलो तापर से माने तुमको निजे कहबे stop. It is नाही कि पूरा कंटिन्यू चली छी but convincingly you should give them 2-3 line. 4 नंबर लाइन बेलको ओके 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 नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. तमे केते जानिचो कांसेप्ट सेटा तमे जानिबा को चाहिबे से माने दे no need to give them a long question, but jo तीन whatever 2-3 line you will tell them, it should be impactful. Okay, what is impact? समस्ते तो पढ़ीचो ठीक अछि. everyone read NPA. तमे समस्ते पढ़ीचो NPA रो लॉन्ग क्वेश्चन लिखिचो किछि नै. बट जदि क्वेश्चन आसिला ओके मिस्टर ना तो से माने जानि नथिबे ओके टेल मी I think you have read NPA. Yes sir, new public administration. Okay, tell me practical approach how NPA has impact over public administration in India. How NPA has impact over public administration in India. So I have told you one impact, that impact of NPA is this minimum government maximum governance. How would you कहि परिबो impact of NPA on public administration की सर फ्रॉम एबे गुटे आसी कॉन्सेप्ट जानिथिबो रूल बेस्ड टू रोल बेस्ड. एनपीए कोन कहला इंस्टेड ऑफ फोकसिंग ऑन रूल public administration should focus on solving citizens problem. That is NPA. Minobrook 1 conference रे. Minobrook 2 conference codback management. Minobrook 3rd conference जानिचो Minobrook 3rd conference हेतिला रोजमेरी ओलेरी थिले 10 focal area leadership हेला management हेला law हेला IT हेला financial management globalization future of public administration. तीनटा चारटा पॉइंट कहले कहबे ओके स्टॉप. impact of NPM on public administration. Give example of impact. से माने पचारिबे नै कि NPM रो डेफिनेशन दे जदी के जदी पचारिबो तो कहबो सर impact of NPM on public administration in India is lateral entry. Impact of NPM on public administration in India is lateral entry. बिल्कुल, this is impact. Impact of NPM on PSU public sector undertaking is What 3 type of organization? Miniratna, Maharatna, Navaratna. Impact of NPM on public administration is more accountability, more efficiency, more effectiveness, more citizen-centric approach, citizen charter. এটা মনে রাখিয়ে দাও, এটা কহে দেব। হ্যাঁ, corporatization, more profit orientation. For example, this Nimantrana restaurant is NPM. So what is the impact of NPM on public administration? Sir, citizen charter, sir, lateral entry. তারপরে এই দুইটারে কোশ্চেন পচারিবে, আও কিছু নেই, দুইটা দিয়ে দিল। তারপরে ওকে, হোয়াট ইজ সিটিজেন চার্টার, হোয়াট ইজ দ্য স্ট্যাটাস অফ সিটিজেন চার্টার ইন ইন্ডিয়া, ওকে, হোয়াট ইজ লেটারাল এন্ট্রি। তারপরে লেটারাল এন্ট্রি তুমি কহি পারিব স্যার প্রাইভেট সেক্টর, পিপল ফ্রম প্রাইভেট সেক্টর, আ উপরে পুরা তো ক্লাস হি ହେଇଛି। তো দিস ইজ স্যার লেটারাল এন্ট্রি, প্রাইভেট সেক্টর रो experienced people, UPSC तांको इंटरव्यू नबो and they will work as position of joint secretary. Professor of practice cannot get you. Professor of practice means professor of practice. देखो, okay, Pooja, you want to speak something? Okay, go on. Pooja, continue.
सॉरी सर भूल रे बाजीगर।
Okay, okay, ठीक है, no problem, कहि दबो। हाँ, विश्वज्योति, I cannot get you. Professor of practice माने कोन मु बुझी पारले ने। देखो, NPA is simple thing, गोटे लाइन मने रखो, implementation ହେଲା, implementation of successful practice of private sector in public sector is NPM. Simple one line definition. When you implement successful practice of private sector in public sector, it is new public management. So this is lateral entry. Successful people from private sector with 20-25 year experience, if they work in public sector, they will give their idea. This is NPM. তারপরে impact of good governance paradigm in India. देखो, good governance paradigm promote କରୁଥିଲା participation, democratization, decentralization, तीनटा word, accountability, transparency. तो इंडिया रे कोन हैला good governance paradigm? Definitely 1991 ପରେ participation बढ़िला, citizen participation. 1991 ପରେ role of civil society बढ़िला, private sector, market, civil society all take part in the process of governance. 1992 रे PRI को strengthen करा हला, constitutional status दिया है कि। So this is what, तापरे human right कथा कहितला good governance paradigm। तापरे यदि क्वेश्चन आसीबो, do you think good governance paradigm is still relevant? Oh yes sir, it is very much relevant today. Although there are many regional development bank, but good governance paradigm is still relevant because the monetary power of IMF and World Bank cannot match by this regional development bank. Maybe it is African Development Bank, BRICS Bank, South American Development Bank. And good governance paradigm help a great to establish democracy throughout the world. And nowadays, good governance paradigm include in it fight against global terrorism, include in it fight against climate change. So मते जा लागुची जदि पचारिबो कि गुड गवर्नेंस पैराडाइम रो इम्प्लिकेशन पचारिबो, थ्योरी सेरा मेंस रे तमे लिखिचो, इंटरव्यू रे इम्प्लिकेशन। तो गुड गवर्नेंस पैराडाइम कोन आजि डेट रे कोन माने व्हाट यू सी, इज इट विजिबल, इज इट रिलेवेंट? यस। एंड गुड गवर्नेंस पैराडाइम रे तमे गोटे कनेक्ट करिवो द कांसेप्ट ऑफ ग्लोबल कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनलिज्म हैला। So UN law is mandate or UN law is compulsory, means every what about good governance paradigm? Good governance paradigm include in it fight against global terrorism, fight against climate change. And I can give you example, Afghanistan, when Afghanistan seek fund from World Bank and IMF, they put condition that women empowerment, human right protection, women education. If you do all these things, we will give you fund. This is example of good governance paradigm. Or France and Lebanon case. Myanmar is not getting any fund because there is no democracy in Myanmar. And recently, if you follow news, Sri Lanka seeks some billion of rupees from IMF, and IMF put some condition that this is the condition if you ensure that you will fulfill this, and economic recovery. If you ensure economic recovery, then I will give you fund. Okay, so this is what impact of good governance paradigm on administration or India. Woodrow Wilson समस्त जानिच Woodrow Wilson don't think but के थांती गोटे यदि बहुत बुढ़ा के गोटे सीनियर थिबा public administration optional. Who is father of public administration? Sir Woodrow Wilson. Okay, what is his contribution? So okay, Vishal. Vishal, want to speak anything?
Yes sir. So
Continue.
ଆପଣ ଅଳ୍ପ ଟାଇମ୍ ଆଗରୁ କି ସେ ଆମ ନାଁ ଜାଣି ନଥିଲେ ମାନେ ଇଣ୍ଟରଭ୍ୟୁ ପ୍ରୋସେସ ରେ ଆମେ ନାଁ କହିବୁନି କୋଉଠି?
ନା ସେମାନେ ତମକୁ ଗୋଟେ କୋଡ୍ ଦେବେ, ତମେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଯାଇକି ବସିବ ସେମାନେ ଗୋଟେ କୋଡ୍ ଦେବେ 25 26 କିଛି ଗୋଟେ ଲେଖା ହେଇଥିବ, when you enter into the hall ସେମାନେ ଯାଇକି ସେ ଚିଟ୍ ଟା ଧରେଇବେ ସେ କୋଡ୍।
Understood.
ହଁ ନା transparency maintain କରା ହଉଛି, and they can ask you that introduce yourself without speaking your name. So you say that sir I have complete my graduation or complete my BTech, jaha bhi ସେଇଠୁ start କରିବ graduation ରୁ, ସ୍କୁଲ ବି କହିବା ଦରକାର ନାହିଁ।
Understood sir, understood.
ଗ୍ରାଜୁଏସନ ରୁ ଷ୍ଟାର୍ଟ କରିବ, ତାପରେ ନା କହିବା ଦରକାର ନାହିଁ।
ଆଚ୍ଛା ହଉ sir, ଠିକ ଅଛି।
तो Woodrow Wilson बाबदरे जानिଛ, कंट्रीब्यूशन भी जानिଛ, सो आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू इट। प्रैक्टिकली गोटे जिंस जोटा कि क्वेश्चन रे भी आसीतिला कि इज Woodrow Wilson's idea is relevant today? Yes sir, certain idea is relevant. For example, Wilson's idea of comparative public administration, yes it is relevant. Wilson's idea of merit based recruitment, it is relevant, but the concept of dichotomy is not relevant. So this is very much एटा देखो मो सरकार एंड 5T ओके तमे कोन कहइबो ना मो सर government of Odisha is run or the whole government is function on the basis of Mo Sarkar charter and 60 Mo Sarkar and 5T कहइबो सर मो सरकार ने 5T जेहेतु न्यूज़पेपर रे सबुटी 5T आसुची, तो इन लास्ट टाइम हमरो गोटे स्टूडेंट मो सरकार 60 कहला, दे विल अप्रूव, से माने पचारेली कि व्हाट इज द 60, सो चांसेस बहुत अछि कि तमे ए क्वेश्चन टा पाइबो। सो आई विल टेल यू द इम्प्लिकेशन ऑफ मो सरकार एंड 60। ओके मु इम्प्लिकेशन कहूची, बाकी तो समस्त जानिछ मो सरकार कोन, मो सरकार and 60. Okay, so what is Mo Sarkar? What is the reason? What is the significance behind naming the government as Mo Sarkar? You say that sir, the reason behind Mo Sarkar paradigm is citizen centric government or citizen centric governance, mo sarkar, means every citizen consider government as his or her government. That means a gap between, there is no gap between citizen and administration. There is no gap between citizen and administration. ହେଲା ମୋ ସରକାରର ତାତ୍ପର୍ଯ୍ୟ କ'ଣ ମୋ ସରକାର is whenever a citizen say mo sarkar, that means he connect himself with the government. He associate itself in the with the government. He become the part of government. So it is citizen centric governance, it is citizen based governance, and the government is citizens. So complete association of citizen and government, and whatever government do, it is for the citizen. Citizen centric governance, citizen centric government is mo sarkar, means the government is completely dedicated towards citizens welfare, development, prosperity. Okay, completely devoted and committed towards citizens welfare, development, prosperity. ठीक अच्छे, एटा मो सरकार कहीदेल आ गोटे कहीदे बिफोर 60 Odisha Secretariat is named as Lok Seva Bhavan. So what is the reason? What is the significance behind that Odisha Secretariat is known as Lok Seva Bhavan? Because Lok Seva, the motto of government, the motto of Odisha government is service of citizen of Odisha. The motto of Odisha government is service of citizen of Odisha. And as the means Lok Seva Bhavan or Secretariat, it is the north center of administration. Here where policy formulation, law formulation happen. So whatever policy, whatever law government make, the complete focus is towards the citizen. That's why it is named as Lok Seva Bhavan. This question might ask that Lok Seva Bhavan कौन? कहीं की लोक सेवा भवन ना सेक्रेटरी ना मुख्यमंत्री लोक सेवा भवन देले कि लोक सेवा पाई उत्सर्ग. This building and the people working inside the building, from the chief minister to everyone, single point agenda. The complete dedication focus is service to Odisha citizen. Sorry, gala, आउ किसी answer नहीं. This is. After that, लोक सेवा भवन ही गला, मो सरकार कौन मो सरकार करुचे ही गला. तापरे कहबे अंडर मो सरकार citizen participation in administration, sir eta gote hochi, and grievance redressal of citizen hochi. So they will ask how. So we can say, sir, every office what we found a box, suggestion box, that is citizen participation in administration, and there is a grievance box. So whenever you visit a block tahsil, you will find two boxes. One is Abhimata Baksa, one is Abhijogo Baksa. Abhijogo means you put your grievance there, and Abhimata means if you give your suggestion there. So citizens participation in governance, grievance redressal of citizen, and all this done under the concept of Mo Sarkar. So how this is? That under Mo Sarkar, every office has a Mo Sarkar room. देखिथिबो. Every government office has a Mo Sarkar room. Every government office. And whenever a citizen visit a government office, this Mo Sarkar room keep his record that Mr. A has visited office and this record will send it to the higher authority, to the secretariat, to the directorate, to the headquarter. This list is sent, and the senior officer, the secretariat level officer, will call this particular citizen and take a feedback that do you get the service for which you have visited that particular office, and based on this citizens feedback, the official might be prosecuted, the official might be rewarded. So every citizen visited a government office, he give feedback to the higher official about the service he get, about the behavior he received from the official from that office. So sir, Mo Sarkar and 5T, it result into empowerment of citizen. Now whenever a citizen visit a office, he no longer feel this is outside. The official welcome him, because under Mo Sarkar and 5T, any citizen might get call from the secretary concerned. ସେମାନେ କନଭିନ୍ସ ହେଇଯିବେ କି ନାଇଁ ପିଲା ଜାଣିଛି ମୋ ସରକାରର ଇମ୍ପ୍ଲିକେସନ କ'ଣ. So what is the means mane outcome of Mo Sarkar? Sir, this increase transparency, this increase accountability, this increase effectiveness, this increase citizen empowerment, and the secretariat have a control over the directorate, or the staff have a control over the line. एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन रे कोन दरकार तीनटा जिंस दरकार, ट्रांसपेरेंसी हेबा कथा, अकाउंटेबिलिटी हेबा कथा, और एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन इफेक्टिव हेबा कथा. If these three things we found in administration, then drastical change we found. Administration रे बहुत changes आसी जीवो. एटा ही गला मो सरकार. ए क्वेश्चन आसी पारे, तुम जते जण क्लास करूछ काहा को ना काहा को गारंटी पचारिबे मो सरकार आउ 5T. तापरे 5T रे एवरीवन नो आकु पॉवेड से केमते लिंक करबा हमें 5T प्लस T. Transparency, RTI, and Mo Sarkar. Transparency is very essential. So 5T has given a strength to right to information. Transparency will result into what? More accountability. Transparency, no corruption. So the benefit of transparency, whatever you read from RTI, you can say that 5T रे transparency को promote करा जाउची, RTI को strengthen करा जाउची, and these are the outcome. Transparency ऊपर कही परिबो, माने not a big deal. Transparency, technology, sir, use of technology in administration, use of IT in administration. So what is the benefit? Now people get service in their fingertip. People send their grievance to administration at their fingertip. The gap between city and administration decrease, and there is no need to stand in the queue to get a service. And IT also increase transparency, increase accountability. Citizens participation, IT facilitates citizens participation. IT बाबदरे पढ़िजो तमे पेपर 1 यूनिट 6 IT, पेपर 2 यूनिट 10 IT in Indian administration. So jodi role of technology in how technology has redefined administration, you can माने कहि परिबो. And Odisha government initiative जदि तुमको पचारिबे सर ई अभियोग, grievance redressal, and secretariat connect with gram panchayat through BharatNet IT, facilitate citizens participation in administration. ସେମାନେ तुमको implication पचारिबे कि हाँ टेक्नोलॉजी ओडिसा रे कोन हेछि, ओडिसा रे कोन हेछि, you will tell कि IT गवर्नमेंट IT को केमती यूज करूछि, IT रो डेवलपमेंट केमती करा हेछि. transparency, technology, time limit. So if you go deeper, citizen charter, time limit, a citizen should get a service within a time. This is time limit, and the same thing is explained in citizen charter. Service, cost of service, time of service. If someone not getting service within a time limit, this is the grievance redressal mechanism. Okay, so this is time limit. Citizen charter, sir, the time limit concept of 5T has give a boost to the concept of citizen charter, and it ensures that citizen will get every service in due time. And आपको भी तमे कहि परिबो सेवोत्तम मॉडल, सेवोत्तम मॉडल उपरे बेस्ड. Teamwork. It facilitates coordination in administration. Teamwork. Everyone work as a team. Better coordination, more efficiency. Between line and staff, secretariat, directorate, between one department other, between headquarter field. So it is teamwork. And the 5T is transformation. If you remember, in unit 1, you read that what is the aim of public administration? The aim of public administration is to stop the coming up of bad society, transform the society from bad to good, and aspire for a greater society. Good society, greater society, great society. So transformation from poverty to prosperity, from less development to more development, from bad society to great society. This is what is transformation is. So the transformation of the society using the 4T, the society or Odisha can transform itself from a poor state to a developed state. This is transformation. गोटे 6 जो टी हैला सेटा हैला टूर. टूर रे कोन हबो? Now the minister and secretary they tour district, block. So tour kale kon habo? Minister secretary whenever they tour they interact with citizen. They take stock of policy implementation and policy evaluation, citizen feedback. So whenever a minister secretary visit a rural area, district, block or gram panchayat, he interact with the citizen. So it facilitates citizens participation in administration. Citizen can redress their grievance, citizen can give their grievance to the secretary. Citizen can put their grievance against the local administration before the secretary or minister. So तीनटा फायदा हला इथिरे. Citizens grievance redressal हला, citizens participation in governance हला, and policy evaluation ही गला, citizens feedback, so policy evaluation ही गला, and this result more accountability of the district and block administration. Suppose you are a BDO and तमे जानिचो कि मासकर को मुहूर्त रे सेक्रेटरी पंचायती राज ड्रिंकिंग वाटर आसी पारंदी मोर ब्लॉक को. तो तमे केबे भी चाहिबो तमर रेपुटेशन खराब करबा पई, एनी मोमेंट द सेक्रेटरी विल कम, से आसीबे गार लोक मान से कथा हेबे, फीडबैक नेबे काम केमती चली छि. तो तमे गोटे वीडियो हिसाब तमे तो अधिक काम करिवो ना. यू विल मेक ऑल रोड, तमे एन्श्योर करिवो सब ट्यूबवेल ठीक रोड ठीक चासी माने पेंशन पाउचंदी ओल्ड एज पेंशन पाउचंदी स्कूल ठीक चली बिकॉज तमे फसी जीवो एज ए वीडियो अकाउंटेबिलिटी इंक्रीज हे गला because we discussed that the civil servant is responsible to our citizen but accountable to superior officer, and the civil service is accountable to the political executive. Political executive is accountable to legislator. Getting it? So the 6T or tour, this is the benefit of the 6T. So they will ask you this question, 6T कौन, implication of 6T 6T रे फायदा कौन होची? This is citizens participation in administration हैला, citizens grievance redressal हैला, policy evaluation हैला, and it make the local administration accountable. बिल्कुल तमे काम करिवो जदि चीफ सेक्रेटरी तम ब्लॉक को आसीबे तमे तमे निजे ठिया ही की रास्ता बनेबो. So this is Mo Sarkar and 60. This is the reason behind giving the name Odisha Secretariat as Lok Seva Bhavan. हैला Lok Seva Bhavan. So Lok Seva Bhavan इटा ही गला Mo Sarkar 60 सबु क्वेश्चन. रिसेंटली कर्तव्य पथ दिल्ली रे नुआ पार्लियामेंट हैला पार्लियामेंट ऊपर क्वेश्चन कोन आसीबो सेंगुल सेंगुल समस्या जानी थिबो. आई एम नॉट गोइंग इनटू इट, दैट इज ए करंट बेस्ड कर्तव्य पथ. हां कर्तव्य पथ एटा मु लास्ट ईयर भी मॉक रे बहुत जन को पचारली व्हाट इज द सिग्निफिकेंट ऑफ कर्तव्य पथ. बहुत पिला कहले बहुत किछि पिला तो जानि नथिले कर्तव्य पथ कोन, बट बहुत पिला कहले कि इट माने whenever you walk in the path, whenever a civil servant walk in the path, it remind him or her about his duty. But this is wrong. Kartavya path is not only a reminder to civil servant, every citizen. Just remember, Kartavya path, it is a reminder to every citizen that you have a duty towards the nation, and not only civil servant. सबु सिटीजन मानकर दायित्व अछि देश प्रति. आ गोटे क्वेश्चन हे पारे रिसेंटली अंडर दिस व्हाट सेंट्रल विस्ता रे कोन होउची आगुरु कोन थिला एडी होम मिनिस्ट्री डिफरेंट डिफरेंट जगह रे मिनिस्ट्री माने थिला. गवर्नमेंट कोन करूची गोटे बिल्डिंग रे सब मिनिस्ट्री हबो. सो व्हाट इज द बेनिफिट? Benefit is better coordination. Instead of the ministry in 5-7 different ministry, if in a single building all ministry are there, it will facilitate better coordination. It will result into less conflict. It will ensure that the cabinet secretary have maintain a proper coordination between all ministry and department. Coordination भलो होइयो. So कर्तव्य पथ सेंट्रल विस्ता प्रोजेक्ट सिटीजन चार्टर लेटरल एंट्री. हाँ सेक्रेटेरिएट डायरेक्टरेट लाइन स्टाफ एटा लास्ट थोर मानस को पचारि थिले. line is nothing but directorate, staff is nothing but secretariat. India we have split system in administration. Split system रे जणे पॉलिसी फॉर्मुलेट करिवो जणे पॉलिसी इंप्लीमेंट करिवो. स्टाफ और सेक्रेटेरिएट माने फॉर्मुलेट करिवे, लाइन और डायरेक्टरेट दे इंप्लीमेंट. This is okay. So as a OS you are part of line or staff. Apre kohibo sir as a OS if I posted in secretariat, so I will be part of staff. If I will posted in directorate, if I posted as BDO, Tahsildar or deputy collector, if I posted in directorate or line in field, I am part of line. Secretariat posted part of staff. हाँ एटा मने रखी तो स्प्लिट सिस्टम policy formulation, policy implementation, secretariat, directorate, line and staff. मिशन कर्मयोगी देखो मिशन कर्मयोगी एटा सिविल सर्वेंट मानक पई हेची सिविल सर्वेंट ट्रेनिंग इट इज a training program capacity building of civil servant use of IT use of technology okay capacity building from rule based to role based and it makes civil servant capacity building माने कोन with using IT they efficiency बढ़ा होची civil servant मानकर efficiency बढ़ा होची sensitive करा होची तांको the need and aspiration of citizen and under this mission karmayogi now the IAS are trained in rural area for 3 weeks 3 week training rural area where they get into the problem of that particular rural area they will interact with the people so mission karmayogi sir capacity building make civil servant more sensitive technology oriented make them more dynamic पर्वतमाला एबे गुटे स्टार्ट हेची जानिथिबो पर्वतमाला रे the civil servant of the border state Jammu Kashmir hela Himachal Uttarakhand Sikkim Arunachal Pradesh they are given special training under Parvatmala special training IS mane if you are a IS cadre of Himachal Pradesh you will given a special training Parvatmala as a border state as a hilly state you knew many things देखो सेकेंड एआरसी जानिछ समस्ते सेकेंड एआरसी रो खाली तमे देखि देबो रिपोर्ट एग्जांपल भीतर को जीवा दरकार नै एती खाली जानिथिबो कि फर्स्ट रिपोर्ट आरटीआई एटा गोटे रिपोर्ट इंपोर्टेंट fourth report ethics in governance 6 local government personal administration e-governance citizen centric administration government of India state and district and financial administration jodi if you ask that what step government of India has taken what step government of India has taken to reform administration to energize administration तो second ARC जेमती गोटे डायग्राम मु सब बेले दिए कि 1947 first ARC 1991 1992 1997 2000 2005 2015 2019 so 2005 second ARC and RTI and this is first ARC 1963-64 this is the first reform second reform apart from this IT hela नीति hela digital India Lokpal RTI citizen charter PRI LPG all are administrative reforms yes RTI RTI को connect आमे कोल्ला कहाँ संगे we have connect RTI with मो सरकार 5T तापरे यदि तुमको पचारिबे what is your view as a civil servant do you support RTI always say yes sir never say although RTI ebe gute mane it become a hindrance to faster governance You never say that. You say no, sir, RTI is good. So why there is so much pending? Do you think RTI is failing, or as there is a huge pendency of case in CIC and SIC? So say yes, sir. There are some certain. देखो never say सबबेले तमे कहबे गोटे bureaucrat हिसाब रे sir there is certain problem but the government is taking adequate step to rectification of it. Nothing is bad. कोटा एमती खराब नुह. Or we cannot say this no one is doing work. Is government is doing nothing? No, sir. Government is doing everything. Administration is doing everything. More need to be done. More need to be done. Yes, sir. Agree. There is a lot of case pending, and government is doing everything to make sure that all this pendency of case will solve. এটা ଗୋଟେ diplomatic statement ସବୁବେଳେ ତମ ଭିତରୁ ବାହାରିବା କଥା କି more need to be done. No one is inefficient. ତମେ କହିପାରିବ ନାହିଁ କି ଗଭର୍ଣ୍ଣମେଣ୍ଟ ଇନଏଫିସିଏଣ୍ଟ କି ବ୍ୟୁରୋକ୍ରେସି ଇନଏଫିସିଏଣ୍ଟ କି ଗଭର୍ଣ୍ଣମେଣ୍ଟର ଗୋଟେ ପ୍ରୋଜେକ୍ଟ ଖରାପ नो ସବୁ ଠିକ ତ କାହିଁକି ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟ ହଉନାହିଁ मोर नीड टू बी डन सर एंड व्हाट मोर तापर से पचारे नहीं कि व्हाट मोर गवर्नमेंट भलो एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन भलो नक्सल प्रॉब्लम कहीं होची सर मोर नीड टू बी डन दिस पीपल फील एलिनेटेड एंड गवर्नमेंट इज डूइंग एवरी स्टेप मोर नीड टू बी डन এটা গোটে বড়িয়া ডিপ্লোম্যাটিক স্টেটমেন্ট তারপরে কিছু কাউন্টার করে পারিবে না স্যার গভর্নমেন্ট ইজ ডুইং এভরিথিং administration is doing its best still we found left wing extremism in Odisha what is the problem sir more need to be done and gradually administration is penetrating to the heartland or interior to the interior part of the left wing extremism ঠিক আছে more need to be done more need to be done never ever blame कि bureaucracy काम करू नहीं government no you are going to join bureaucracy you never ever can blame it so RTI very good but semane pacharibe as a bureaucrat don't you think that RTI it become an obstacle to your work ସେଥିରେ କ'ଣ answer ହବ कि sir RTI is very good it bring more transparency in the system but one thing there must be certain regulation okay some people are using RTI to bring hindrance to the development work to become obstacle to development that things are need to be checked RTI is very good but the misuse of RTI need to be checked sorry Ola. Misuse of RTI need to be checked who are misusing sir some people misusing but RTI is very good देखो न्यूट्रालिटी एनोनिमिटी एबे बहुत चली आई डोंट थिंक से माने ए सब बट हाँ पचारि पारती लास्ट ईयर भी पचारि दिले कि व्हाट इज सिविल सर्विस न्यूट्रालिटी एंड व्हाट इज एनोनिमिटी तो जहाँ तुम पढ़ीच पॉपेट रे सेटा ही हबो न्यूट्रालिटी क्वेश्चन जदि आसिला डू यू थिंक दैट सिविल सर्वेंट मेंटेन द कांसेप्ट ऑफ न्यूट्रालिटी क्वेश्चन एटा आसीबो न्यूट्रालिटी रे मोहित भट्टाचार्य रो कथा के पचारिबे नै जदि पचारिबे okay so have you heard about the relationship what type of relationship between civil servant and political executive sir neutrality and anonymity okay what is neutrality tapore tome koibo sir non biased attitude of civil servant towards political executive they are not biased okay but do you think practically it is possible sebe koibo yes sir the Indian bureaucracy is maintained neutrality but as civil service is a instrument in the hand of political executive they need to obey the order of political executive there is some dilution in the concept of neutrality, but yes, କିଛି dilute ହେଇଛି neutrality, କାରଣ ଏଇଟା confirm ଯେ because you are an instrument in the hand of political executive, so you have to obey them. तापर जदि से पचारे ओके सो एज ए सिविल सर्वेंट is it okay you obey everything of the political executive? No sir, obey only those things who are according to the law, not obey something that is beyond the law. Okay, so someone your minister is there, he is pressurizing to sign some document and it is not according to the law and he is threatening. देखो एमती भी क्वेश्चन पचारे he is threatening that if you don't obey him then I will transfer you, I will suspend you. तो सेठी भी कहिबो कि नो सर I will go by the law. जदि मिनिस्टर कहूची नहीं करप्शन करिया को बाध्य कहबो नो सर ओके तमरो ट्रांसफर ही जीवो कोला माने कोरापुट को तबे कहबो सर इट्स ओके. नेवर एवर एटलीस्ट इंटरव्यू रे तो दबिबो नहीं, इंटरव्यू रे कहबो कि नहीं सर I will according to the rule काम करिबी, I will not part of it whether whatever consequence I face, I will always follow rule of law. और तुम गोटे वीडियो हेलो पीसी चली पीसी बोली तो से माने कहिबे नहीं करप्शन, there is wide scale corruption, you are a video and everyone your senior also superior also pressure you to be part of it, otherwise they threaten you that you will feel the you will face the consequence. So what do you do? Sir, I will not part of it. Yes, although I being pressure I will not part of it. बिल्कुल नहीं केबे भी कहबो नहीं कि सर हाँ आई विल एडजस्ट मु एडजस्ट करि जिबी कि मु पार्ट भी नो नेवर. एनोनिमिटी माने जानि छ यू एनोनिमिटी सिविल सर्विस एनोनिमिटी इज व्हाट दिस इज मिनिस्ट्रियल रिस्पांसिबिलिटी. तो एबे एटा तो पचारिबे नाही कि इन ओडिशा सर्टेन आईएएस इज there is complaint against certain IAS that he is not following all India service conduct rule. No, they will not going to ask it. They may ask that what is all India service conduct rule. एटा पचारि परंती कि all India service conduct rule कोन, central service conduct rule कोन and Odisha government service conduct rule कोन. They might ask you. And what is the reason of corruption in administration? So corruption in administration, the reason is first kotha lack of transparency, no accountability, and prosecution is very less. But you can say no sir, government of Odisha zero tolerance towards corruption. Government of Odisha is not let corrupt official go, so very strict action is taken against corrupt official and given compulsory retirement, not giving pension. এটা কই পারিবা তুমি कि हां गवर्नमेंट बहुत कठोर अभिमुख्य हैला सरकारंकर कठोर अभिमुख्य. ओडिया केते डिफिकल्ट देखुछ, इट इज वेरी टफ टू स्पीक इन ओडिया. सरकारंकर कठोर अभिमुख्य এটা आई डोंट नो वेदर आई स्पीक करेक्ट और नॉट. तो इंग्लिश केते इजी. Zero tolerance towards corruption is the motto of government of Odisha. Zero tolerance towards corruption. Corruption upare okay एबे कह whatever we have discussed एटा हमें जहा जहा डिस्कशन कला 22 टा पॉइंट कहा माइंड रे जदि किछि क्वेश्चन आसुची कि फ्यूचर रे आसीबो यू जस्ट राइट डाउन. जदि किछि भी क्वेश्चन तम माइंड रे आउची रिलेटेड टू दिस हाँ विशाल कंटिन्यू.
सर सीए जदि ओडिया रे पचारिबे ताले आमे ओडिया रे ही आंसर दवा कथा आ इंग्लिश रे पचारले आमे इंग्लिश रे आंसर दवा कथा ना ओडिया रे पचारले भी आमे इंग्लिश रे आंसर दवा कथा.
ओडिया रे देखो चांसेस बहुत कम से तुमको ओडिया रे पचारिबे।
अच्छा ठीक अछि
हाँ
बिकॉज
चांस
जनरली से अलगा स्टेट रो लोकन को स्क्रीन आउट करिया पे बेले बेले पचारुचंती बोली कुहा होउची सो सेहिति पे पचारली तो ठीक अछि
ନାଇଁ ଏଇଟା ତ ଦେଖ ଅଲଗା ଷ୍ଟେଟ୍ ତ ଓଡିଶାରେ ଜଣେ ଆସି ହିଁ ପାରିବନି କାହିଁକି ଓଡିଆରେ ପାସ୍ କରିବା ଦରକାର। ଆମ ପିଲା ଫେଲ ହେଇଯାଉଛନ୍ତି
हाँ हाँ
ଓଡିଆରେ ଅନ୍ୟ ଷ୍ଟେଟ୍ ପିଲା ଗୋଟେ ତ ପାସ୍ ସାର୍ଟିଫିକେଟ ଦରକାର ତାପରେ ଓଡିଆରେ ମୁଁ ଫେଲ ହେଇଯାଇଛି ଭାବ ମୁଁ ସ୍କୁଲ ଟାଇମରେ ଟପ୍ କରୁଥିଲି ମୁଁ ଥରେ ଓଡିଆରେ ଫେଲ ହେଇଛି ତ ଇଟ୍ ଇଜ ଭେରି ଡିଫିକଲ୍ଟ ହେଲା ସେଇଟା ମାନେ
ठीक
ସମ୍ଭବ
अछि
ନୁହଁ ସେଇଟା ନୁହଁ ତମକୁ ମାନେ ମୁଁ ତ ସଜେଷ୍ଟ କରିବି ତମକୁ ପଚାରିଲେ ଇଂଲିଶରେ ହିଁ ଆନ୍ସର ଦିଅ ଓଡିଆରେ ବହୁତ
ठीक
କମ ଚାନ୍ସ ଅଛି ସେମାନେ ତମକୁ ପଚାରିବେ।
ठीक अछि
Okay. If they ask after getting into the service, what is the guarantee that you don't corruption? এইটা পচারিবে নাই। देखो এইটা যদি পচারিলে ତ ତମେ କହିବ ହଁ ଯଦି ପଚାରିବେ କି ଓକେ that yes you are saying that zero corruption or you are not doing corruption you will be honest. Suppose ପଚାରିଲେ ଏଇଟା suppose ପଚାରିଲେ that getting into the service what is the guarantee that you don't do corruption. At that time you can say कि sir government of Odisha has a very strict policy against corruption and any single corruption case will result into dismissal of service result into jail. ତମେ ଗଭର୍ଣ୍ଣମେଣ୍ଟ ଅଫ ଓଡିଶା ଉପରେ ପକେଇଦବ ବୁଝ ତମେ ଗଭର୍ଣ୍ଣମେଣ୍ଟ ଅଫ ଓଡିଶା ଉପରେ ପକେଇଦବ କି ସାର୍ କରପ୍ସନ କଲେ କି ଜେଲ୍ so there is no chance that I will indulge in corruption because sir I don't want to go to jail. ଆଉ କଣ କହିବ ଆମେ ଦେଖ ତମେ ତମର ପର୍ସନାଲିଟି ତ ଦେଖେଇ ପାରିବନି ନା ଯଦି ସାମ୍ନା ବାଲା କହିବ ଗ୍ୟାରେଣ୍ଟି କଣ ଅଛି ତ ତମେ କହିବ ସାର୍ ତାପରେ ଗଭର୍ଣ୍ଣମେଣ୍ଟ ଉପରକୁ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଚଢେଇ ଦବ ଲିସନ୍ ଟୁ ଥିଙ୍ଗ କନଷ୍ଟିଟ୍ୟୁସନ ସୁପ୍ରିମ କୋର୍ଟ ଆଉ ଗଭର୍ଣ୍ଣମେଣ୍ଟ ଯଦି ଏ ତିନିଟା ଆଡକୁ ତମେ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚନ ନଉଛ ନା ସେମାନେ ତାକୁ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚନ କରିପାରିବେନି। ତମେ ଯଦି କହିଲ ସାର୍ ଗଭର୍ଣ୍ଣମେଣ୍ଟ ଅଫ ଓଡିଶାର ବହୁତ ଷ୍ଟ୍ରିକ୍ଟ ଅଛି ସାର୍ କରପ୍ସନ ଇଟ୍ ଇଜ ଭେରି ମାନେ I cannot even dream I cannot even think in my dream to involve in corruption. Why? Due to government of Odisha's approach towards corruption. That sir immediately jail, immediately dismissal from service. So sir ତାପରେ ସେମାନେ ଆଉ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚନ ବି କରିବେନି ତମେ ଯେତେବେଳେ କହିଦେବ କି ସାର୍ ଆଇ ଏମ୍ ଅନେଷ୍ଟ एंड सेकेंड थिंग गोटे डेटरेन्स नहीं गोटे शुणिथिबो न्यूक्लियर डेटरेन्स सर आई एम ऑनेस्ट एंड सेकेंड गवर्नमेंट ऑफ ओडिशा's attitude or approach towards zero tolerance of corruption act as a deterrence for me to involve in corruption. बस आउ किसी से माने गवर्नमेंट को नहीं क्वेश्चन करिवे नहीं. Okay, Arpita, you joined late. Why civil service means civil service give me the authority to bring positive change in society. It give me the authority to bring change in society. Hela, that is the best answer. No other service give me this authority. For example, someone said that if I become a doctor, I can help 25 people. But if I become a IS, I can help thousands of people. So your impact will be very wide. Thousand, it's upon thousand as a civil servant. The impact you make as a civil servant is unmatchable in other service. For example, as a teacher, you can teach 50 student or 30 student or 100 student in a school. But as a OS officer, you can facelift the education system of the whole block. So as a teacher, the impact is 50. As a OS, the impact is 5,000 or more than 5,000. The problem faced by bureaucracy, the most important problem faced by bureaucracy is politicization, influence of politics in bureaucracy. This is the most important problem, political influence and in very local level. So that make bureaucracy cannot function in a free manner. ଆଉ କରପ୍ସନ ଫରପ୍ସନ କହିବା ନାହିଁ ତ ତମେ କହିବେ କି ଓହୋ ବ୍ୟୁରୋକ୍ରେସି କରପ୍ସନ କରୁଛି नो गोटे पॉलिटिकल इन्फ्लुएंस है and how could manpower, shortage of manpower, political influence. These are two main problems faced by bureaucracy. Listen, tomorrow jaha jaha question अछि, you just write down. तमे 1 2 3 4 jaha भी question अछि तमे लेखो आउ you will post in the group. तमे group रे post कर दबो काली काली एतो बडे 7 रे we will start class. I will answer all those questions. ठीक अछि, जहार जहा क्वेश्चन अछि you will write post in the group रे post करो मु क्लास रे मु एड्रेस कर देबी and our class will continue हैला एटा पूरा कंटिन्यू होबो 14 तारिख जाय कि ता आगुरु जहा जदी सरी जीवो सिलेबस आफ्टर दैट इफ योर माने दी डे जेते दिन जाय तमरो क्वेश्चन थिबो क्लास चली थिबो हैला तो आस्क योर क्वेश्चन एमती बहुत अच्छी क्वेश्चन देखो माने गोटे क्वेश्चन रु 25 टा क्वेश्चन बाहरिबो बट आमे मु जाउची कि कोटा कोटा पचारि पारिबे तो तमो माइंड रे भी किछि क्वेश्चन अछि कोडू किछि क्वेश्चन पाउचो गवर्नेंस थियोरिस्ट देखो मते लागुनी थियोरिस्ट से माने पचारिबे कि यू नो नीड टू राइट ए लॉन्ग क्वेश्चन और शॉर्ट क्वेश्चन विल्सन कथा जानि थाओ मैक्स वेबर कथा जानि थाओ बाकी जो शॉर्ट नोट बनेइचो थरे देखि देले भी हबो नो प्रॉब्लम बट मते लागुनी कि एते डिपेस्ट पचारिबे चारि पांचटा क्वेश्चन पचारि परंते प्रैक्टिकल जिंसो पचारिबे दे विल नॉट आस्क यू थ्योरी you already written in mains now you will get practical question practical public administration how you apply it हाँ आ गोटे कथा जोटी फसिल धर गोटे सिचुएशन एमती हैला कॉन्फ्लिक्ट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट तमे सुप्रीम कोर्ट को पळेबो कि सर दी ऑनरेबल सुप्रीम कोर्ट और कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन रे जहा लिखा हिची सर सर्विस बुक रे जहा लिखा हिची अकॉर्डिंग टू द सर्विस कंडक्ट रूल जेतेबेले फसिबो तमरो ओपिनियन व्हाट इज योर ओपिनियन बहुत सिचुएशन अछि कॉन्फ्लिक्टिंग क्वेश्चन पचारिबे जोटी फसिबो सुप्रीम कोर्ट को पळेबो जोटी तमरो बियॉन्ड तमरो गोटे ओपिनियन देबा फॉर एग्जांपल गे लेस्बियन और गे मैरिज ऊपर जदि पचारिले व्हाट इज योर ओपिनियन तमे कहिबो नै कि ना सर एटा हबा कथा नुओ कहबो सर व्हाट एवर द ऑनरेबल सुप्रीम कोर्ट विल डिसाइड what is your opinion sir I will abide by the decision of supreme court constitution supreme court rule book तापर से माने कहबे ना एटा गोटे भलो ब्यूरोक्रेट हे परिबो बिकॉज़ से तार ओपिनियन रे जाउने से सब जहा अछि माने कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन को फॉलो करछि सुप्रीम कोर्ट को फॉलो करछि तो बैलेंस present yourself as a balanced personality okay so meet you tomorrow at same time 7 p.m and we will continue sunday dino 7 ru 10 कर दवा sunday we will get more time okay जी जहार क्वेश्चन दवा कथा दवा मते give your question whatever you have